Irregular Nation. What is good? The Irregular Neil here. To talk about a franchise that I love, and that is Ghostbusters. Ghostbusters, to me, I mean, I can sit here and quote the damn movie if I had to. Can't tell you how many times I've seen it. The real Ghostbusters, the animated series, fantastic, fantastic. And then unfortunately, Ghostbusters 2. You know, of course, I remember as a kid because that was the first one I got to see in the theater. I remember getting so excited to go see that I had to throw up. But still saw the movie. I was good after that, but I was so excited. I was like, "What?" Um, but when I watched it, I remember as an adult, I was like, "Holy crap!" I'm like, "What did they do with this?" But that unfortunately is what happens when the first movie, which was hands down fantastic, came out in '84, and then the animated series came out in between that, and then that got it really popular. And then when when part two came out in '89, of course you're gonna pander to you're making toys. You can't make this super scary and overly serious. So it was a little like the villain in that, he's Vigo, coming out of a painting, the river of slime, and it just wasn't that great. And they knew that because they wanted to make a sequel, and then that never happened because Bill Murray was a douche, and then unfortunately the passing of Harold Ramis, all that kind of stuff, and then we got the video game that was done by Harold Ramis and Dan Aykroyd, and you had all the original cast come back and do their voicing, and it was a really cool story within that game. So if anybody hasn't played Ghostbusters the video game, well, they remastered it, of course. You need to get on that because that shit is fun. It dives back into the lore from the first two movies, Ivo Shandor, all that kind of stuff. And then, unfortunately, in 2016, when we got excited that another Ghostbuster movie was coming out, we all know what that was. Yeah, that's another one that doesn't exist to me. Kind of like, when Michael Bay tried to do a Ninja Turtles and he made them look like Transformers, and it was just not good. But now, finally, Ivan Reitman's son comes in and is doing Ghostbusters Afterlife. And he is picking up where the franchise left off. So we're tying in everything. And I remember when the preview came out, I did like a backflip. I was just like, oh! all the beats. You saw like Ivo Shandor's mining field, so they're diving into that. The Demi-Dogs, Gozer could be back in this. That quick little the little video that you see when Paul Rudd's with the kids because he's their teacher and they're looking at the trap, and then you see him play it on like line. You see Dan Aykroyd and all the Ghostbusters walking in when they're going to fight Zool. I mean, it was just like, whoa, so that this movie's gonna have it. If you're a Ghostbusters fan. I remember when the preview came out, everybody's like, oh, it's like Stranger Things. I'm like, what? I'm like, Stranger Things didn't exist before Ghostbusters. So you could say Stranger Things took things from Ghostbusters, okay? So let's get that shit straight, people. I hate when everybody does that kind of crap. But unfortunately, due to the COVID, Ghostbusters Afterlife has been delayed twice. And it's set to come out, let's take a look here. They have it set to come out in June of this year, June 11th. So, with movie theaters not really drawing anybody, I really don't understand why this just doesn't go to streaming. I'm a huge fan. I don't see this movie really putting asses in the seats. I mean, it's going to cater to the hardcore fans, the longtime fans that have wanted to see this, wanted to see the boys back in their jumpsuits. And actually, on this one article that I do have, in a quote from Ernie Hudson, it says, To see the guys in their jumpsuits, it was almost spiritual, says Hudson. That's cool. And he was emotional. Fortunately, Harold Ramis isn't there, but then here's another thing. We're going to see these suckers in their jumpsuits again. And of course, old Ecto is back, and everybody was, like the way that preview played out, everybody just thinks that the kids are related to Egon, Harold Ramis' character. It could be something totally different because don't forget, that house that they show, and if you remember the first Ghostbusters, Ray sells off an old family house. So that technically should be Ray's house. Maybe, who knows? Who knows? We'll find out when it happens. But, we got to see the quick proton pack. We saw, like, the freaking, when the chair popped out for, like, that side shot. I was like, oh, my God. I'm like, why did they never do that in the movie? So that's kind of like, damn, we never got the proper sequel to a Ghostbusters from what you got from the first one to the second one, then to the ass that came out in 2016, and that was ass. I don't care what anybody says. That was not a good movie. It was like they were making fun of Ghostbusters because I was just like, what is this shit? It wasn't good. So yeah, so it's almost like what are they doing in my mind? It's kind of like a hot take by me right now. What are they doing? Why hasn't this been put on streaming? Why just get it out there? People will take it. They will buy it. I don't know what platform you can release it on, to be honest with you. I'm not sure, can't say HBO Max or Hulu or Prime Video, probably Prime Video or an HBO Max, but unless Sony has their own, I'm not sure. That I don't know. So at the end of the day, guys, what I'm really looking for is I want to see a freaking announcement. Not saying that it's coming out during the summer. I want to see that that's just going to be released. Should have been released after it got delayed the first time. Because honestly, nobody talks about it. So, like, where's your toy line? Where's the promotions for it? What's going on here? Wake the fuck up. Get it going. Whoever's promoting this movie, let's go. Because the Irregular Neil is waiting. He's waiting, okay? Waiting. So anyway, guys, I want you to go hit that like, hit that subscribe button, and become a part of the Irregular Nation. Join me in this fight to just talk about all our comics and all our movies and get your opinion out there, because this is a nation that everybody wants to be a part of. And I just kind of want to, but that's okay. You're still going to want to hit that like. Anyway, guys, cheers.